visionary, revolutionary. I'm a visionary, revolutionary.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Camilo Salamander, and I'm here with my stupendous co-host, KB the Mark.
Cause I'm a fucking mark for this shit. Salamander, you're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser. I stand here, even though you guys can't see me, trust and believe, Salamander can attest to this. I stand here on my mountain of omnipotence, holding not only an all elite wrestling world championship, but I stand here, before I continue, I believe the belt that I'm holding, the AEW World Championship, is held by your guy who shouldn't be the champion because he hasn't even been here a full fucking year, CM Punk. And on my opposite shoulder is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship held by none other than Switchblade Jay White, who Salamander did call a long time ago. I will continue to give him his flowers. I didn't hear anybody else in the community saying that other than you. So I will give you your flowers there. But enough about you, more about me. I stand here on my mountain of omnipotence to tell you that you were indeed a worthy challenger, but I need new challengers. You have stepped up to the plate countless times, and you have fallen countless times. And I stand here wondering, who else? There's no one left. I beat them all. I've beaten them all. Who's left? Who is left?
I'm not at my full peak yet.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we turned to the peanut gallery. I'm still standing here doing my 300 and something day promo of me just being unbeatable at this. Even the time where you lucked into the win and I tried to give you the win, you didn't want to believe, and that cost you.
I didn't go full Super Saiyan yet. Super Samurai. I'm not there yet. But I guarantee the next major AEW pay-per-view, I will reclaim what's rightfully mine.
I'll do you one better. I will give you SummerSlam. I will give you your rematch at SummerSlam, but here's the caveat. Here's the deal. If you lose at SummerSlam, you are not permitted to challenge me until day one, and you must walk in tune with the family.
Alright, that's a deal. That's a deal.
You guys heard it here first. Camille Salamander accepts the challenge, and if he loses at SummerSlam, he will be walking in tune with the family. Because like I told you last week, and like I tell you every week, Salamander, everything that we do here is for the family. You either get in line or you get left behind. And we do this for the family. But enough about me. We're here with you guys today to talk about Forbidden Door. Not a perfect pay-per-view. Ending was very bad. Not the ending match, but just how it went off the air was bad. I understand it to set up for blood and guts. Did not like the ending with the brawl. Tony Khan sometimes can't seem to help himself. But to me, this is my pay-per-view of the year. How was it for you before we jump into the pre-show?
I don't think it was the pay-per-view of the year, but I do want to give AEW their flowers for able to put on a decent, not even decent, an 8 out of 10 pay-per-view without their main stars.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I think that's why I hold it so high. Okay, so what is preventing it from being just a 10 out of 10? Is it just because it was like a super show and it was more like in-ring competition?
I think the thing that just hurt it is just the fact that, last minute matches that was unnecessary, because it was like, the matches that was announced before could have did I would like for them to go longer, and for that to just be it. And they just go longer than like 20 minutes longer than what they did. The ending was kind of, I mean, me and you both say like, well, I'm more of a storyline guy, so it depends on how this story goes. But I hate unclaimed finish. But we'll get more into that when we get to that talking point. That's really it. Just all the injuries that kind of took away from his full potential, what it could have been, and just the add-on matches that felt like it was unnecessary.
Yeah, okay, so I do agree with you because I was looking at, especially the pre-show, like we could have done without the first 2 matches on the pre-show. If you still wanted to keep the other 2, I'd have been okay with that. But you gotta, because I was thinking that too. But what I love about TK is he's gonna get you on there so you can get that payday. And sometimes you do have to appreciate that just from the perspective of he's the boss.
All right.
Hey. Because some of these guys really haven't been on Dynamite, but TK is such a great boss. If he notices you've been doing tremendous work on Dark and Dark Elevation, he'll throw you a bone sometimes, and that's what I like to see, especially with a lot of these wrestlers on the pre-show.
All right.
Really not getting that time on Dynamite, but they have been working hard on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. So we're going to get you on a pay-per-view, even though it's the pre-show. And honestly, I'll take a pre-show match if that's the only thing they can put me in to get on the show.
All right.
I'm going to breeze through the pre-show. We had Haruki Goto and Yoshihashi. They defeated QT Marshall and Aaron Solo. Lance Archer defeated Nick Comoroto. Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland beat El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I actually liked this match. This match was fan-fucking-tastic. And then we had the pre-show main event, Max Caster, Gunn Club. They defeated the LA Dojo. I liked everything about the pre-show until I got to the stupidity of the Gun Club, the Ass Boys, and just these dumb motherfuckers just walking away, running away, chasing after Danhausen when Max Caster and their dad are about to go in here 2-on-4. It just really shows you that the Ass Boys are as dumb as everybody thinks, and it really put a shine on Max Caster. Would you like to see Billy Gunn manage Max Caster and the Acclaimed, or do you just want to see them just as the Acclaimed?
The Acclaimed is good as they are. Them rapping to the ring is gonna get them far. But the thing is, I do think they don't have to do it now, but I think they should be getting ready for like their next character, because there's only so far you can do this before it start getting old or whatever. It ain't gotta happen now. It can happen 2 years from now, but at least have that shit in the back pocket.
No, I agree. You should always be looking more towards your next step. So definitely understand that. We are jumping into the main card of Forbidden Door. First match, trios match. Minoru Suzuki, Les Sex Gods, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara. They beat Eddie Kingston. Shout out Umino, who John Moxley has dubbed Shooter, and Wheeler Yuta. Jericho hit the Judas effect on Umino, and he got the win there. I liked everything about this match. Everybody got their own little time to shine, and I didn't know I needed to see a Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho singles match in the near future, but I need to see Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho, because that little exchange, Wheeler Yuta came out hot. I love the consecutive German suplexes. I was just wondering when he was going to let him go, but he just kept going. Really showcased Wheeler Yuta. We all know Eddie Kingston, Minoru Suzuki just beat the shit out of each other. And Shooter, a lot of these New Japan wrestlers, I felt were the stars of these matches, and Shooter was one of them. He was just everywhere. He really took over the moment, and I would love to see him back here in AEW.
Yeah, the match was good, but if you know Silent Matter, I'm really not a fan of multi-man matches. I could do 2-on-2 is the max, but when they get to 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, 6-on-6. I'm like, yeah, you can have that. But it did good. But I'm really looking forward to, because I got a lot to input in this motherfucking fatal 4-way match.
Oh, well, don't worry, we gonna get there.
That's that shit. Cause it's a lot of things I want to point out that I was digging, and I know what I was saying about Hangman Page before, but he impressed me on this one though.
Okay. FTR. FT fucking R. I got a lot to say about this shit. Let me hurry up and breeze through this. Here we are. Dual tag team championship on the line. Trios tag. FTR. The Ring of Honor tag team champions versus United Empire.
No.
Jeff Cobb, Great Khan.
You have to introduce them right, KB. You have to introduce FTR right.
And how is that?
You have to start it off with the spoiler. 3-belt FTR. You have to. 3-belt FTR.
3-belt FTR.
So I'm finna be 4-belt FTR.
The greatest tag team of this year. 3-belt FTR. Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood. They are the Ring of Honor tag team champions. United Empire. Jeff Cobb, Great Khan. They are the IWGP heavyweight tag team champions. And Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero. This match was absolutely fantastic. First off, we're going to wish Dax Harwood a recovery, because that is a legit injury. He did legit separate his shoulder, but my goodness, yes, he did.
I thought that was a work.
I thought it was a work too, but it's really separated. But my goodness,
it sucks. My fault to interrupt you, but it sucks that when you are at your highest right now and everything's going right, it just always something fucking happens. Then on top of that, AEW is going through what WWE went through in 2007, 2008 with all these damn injuries with their top stars being out. But it will also show you that Tony Khan doing this big ass roster. I guess at the time when they were just signing people, we was like, damn, like, what I was saying, like, all these people's not gonna get no time and shit like that. Now it's the time to utilize them people that you haven't been. But at the same question, when you utilize these people that you haven't been using, once the stars come back, how would you continue utilizing them, or would they just go back on the shelves?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That bloated roster doesn't look that bad now. But
I hear that, guys. When it's WWE, KB DeMark has a lot to say now. You see, he's limited. He's saying limited stuff when it comes to AEW, because they are in the same predicament. We gonna see really can they survive without that top stars, because Adam Cole might be out as well. The whole fucking Red Dragon is out. The whole undisputed era, AEW era, whatever, they're out right now.
I mean, that's fine. We're looking at WWE now, and they've lost their Monday Night Raw's lost what? Its top babyface, and they're sitting here trying to. No, you don't.
We got Bobby.
He's about to lose.
John Cena just came back.
He's gonna be the United States champion.
We fine. We got John Cena and we got Bobby Lashley. We fine.
Okay, can I continue? It's okay. Everybody, it's okay to have a bloated roster if you know what you're doing, but Salamander is correct. When those stars do come back, how are you going to utilize the people you've been utilizing in their place? He's absolutely correct about that.
That's all I wanted to know.
You know, my problem is that when a place or when a crowd wants a team to win so bad, and you see somebody go down, it really takes the life out the building. Because once Dax Harwood went down, you felt the energy leave, and they were just like, we're not about to get FTR.
Do they drop the belts? Because he has the same injury that Cody Rhodes have, correct?
No, it's just separated. It's just a separated shoulder.
What Cody Rhodes got? Ain't that the same thing? His shoulder separated or it's torn?
No, he tore his pec.
Okay, yeah, okay. So how long does it take to recover from that? From You know, let's do a quick Google search.
I think if he's got a separated shoulder, he'll probably be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Probably less than that, honestly. I don't think he's gonna be out that long.
2 to 12 weeks.
2 to 12
without surgery. Okay, never mind. I guess they can Cash can work it out. Put out the next 2 months.
I think the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, if I saw it correctly, because I remember seeing it today, I can't remember. I think it's July 25th. So that will give him a month.
He could. I mean, he could, but Cash gonna have to do all the work for real. So it could be a thing that do it safely, like he get in, do his spots, and then Cash basically do the rest until he can fully recover, which would be like a few more weeks that he need. He could do, yeah, I can see that then.
The match itself, outside of Dax injuring himself, was fantastic. They got on the ref because there was a supposed 3, and this is why I can't stand when the fans start to get upset, because they started bitching, saying that was 3, that was 3, and they just was howling it to the moon. But as soon as FTR hits the big rig, and 1, 2, 3, it's like, oh my gosh, we forgot that the ref counted the 3 and FTR technically lost.
Yeah.
But great match. FTR got the win. 3-belt FTR. I believe this was the best. This was the best I've seen FTR in this run. And that's hard. That's a huge mountain to climb because they've been fantastic in this run. I am going to say at this moment, to me, FTR is a top 7 all tag team of all time.
I can meet you there. I agree. But I think when shit like that happens, to me being a wrestling fan, I don't get mad. I get more like be laughing like, they fucked up and shit. But I actually like when that happens, then you can tell like, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen because all right, this is the story, this is what's supposed to happen. So it's like some shit like that. But I mean, everybody make mistakes, but I mean, AEW do got a reputation with the refs fucking up a lot too.
I mean, part of that has been explained. You just have to watch BTE, but I agree with you because not everybody watches BTE. So if I'm sitting here watching Rick Knox referee a Young Buck match and I'm sitting here seeing the Bucks get over continuously, I know that because I watch BTE and I know that they paid off Rick Knox. But to you, who doesn't watch BTE, you don't know that. So you're like, well, why the fuck ain't Rick Knox doing his job for the against the Bucks? But you know, over here, he's steady enforcing it.
Nah, I understand that, but I'm saying like just the ref like fucking up and accidentally counted 3 when they wasn't supposed to, or I forgot when AEW like their first year in the female ref, I forgot her name, but she had made a mistake and did something and was getting booed by the crowd and shit.
Yeah,
but they got a reputation, not just of the Young Bucks, so that's a storyline, but like they have a reputation of the refs just making minor mistakes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I do agree. It is something that definitely needs to be corrected, but you know, because
start somewhere.
Yeah, you do got to start somewhere. But I was just gonna say because AEW has been so good for 3 years, those expectations are very high.
Yeah. So
it's like you are trying to be the greatest, or you're trying to overtake WWE for the top promotion in North America. And you've done a fantastic job for the first 3 years. A lot of people will sit here and look and say AEW is truly the better company product wise, but not business wise.
I still don't know. I'm still saying like I will not compare AEW and WWE together until AEW hit that decade mark. Once AEW hit that decade mark, then we will know for sure. Because until then, we don't know. It's only been 3 years. It's kind of hard to judge a company that's been established for 20 years versus a company that's been established for 3 years to try to compare the two. I say look at 10-year float. Right now, you could compare AEW to TNA or Impact. I would say they more on the level of that. But comparing it to a multi-billion-dollar company like WWE or multi-million-dollar company like WWE, I won't do that yet. Not yet. It's like that's why, like, when we was having a conversation of AEW competition WWE is really none. They're not no competition. They a baby right now. Yeah, have they are they producing better wrestling? Yeah, but I mean shit. WWE's producing horrible wrestling, but they killing AEW in the numbers, money wise and shit like that. So it's all about a money game.
No, and you're absolutely right. So that's another thing. It's like, yeah, you might have the better in ring product, but you'll never be WWE business wise. At least not yet.
Yeah. That's
Like,
why they did that 10-year rank. Just then we could see how they moved for like the last 10 years. Like, did they evolve? Like, sooner or later, I say, because right now it's 3 years. So I mean, like, yeah, they got the 3 years that AEW established. They got all that footage, and then they just bought Ring of Honor, so they got that footage. But I would say probably like within the next 3 to 5 years, they're gonna be getting their streaming service together and shit too. And stuff. So like business wise, like what business moves they gonna make? You see they're jumping into games and shit like that. Are they gonna jump into the streaming service? Are they gonna be doing their own movies and stuff like that? WWE got WWE Studios, so forth and so forth. Like business wise, that's why I'm saying right now they just establish themselves, putting a name out there for themselves. But what are they gonna do in 10 years?
yeah, definitely. No, I definitely agree. You know, and that's the argument typically when you have somebody who's an AEW fan and they're going against WWE. Yeah, you talk about the in ring, but then you know the WWE fans are quick to flaunt the money, and that's a huge part of it, because even as bad as WWE is, they can leave NBC, they can leave Fox, and they'll still go out there and make a billion, and they'll still go out there and get a $1 billion TV deal. It doesn't matter how bad the product is. Their name is just synonymous with pro wrestling, and that's just something you can't take away, no matter how bad the in-ring product is. And that's just that, to me, that speaks volumes to what Vince has done in the past and how it's been long-standing in the mainstream media.
All right.
We are moving on to the next match. Dudes with Attitude. That would be Sting, Darby Allin, Shingo Takagi versus a one night only reunion of the Young Bucks, El Phantasmo, and Bullet Club. I want to give you the floor to talk about how great Sting is, because I remember when Sting jumped off a balcony through 6 tables, and I sat here and I said, bro, it's just 6 tables. Now he's jumping from the fucking entranceway, and yes. I just have to give you your credit. You've been saying it since he jumped through 6 fucking tables.
Sting, yes. But one thing I didn't like is when he ate them 2 super kicks and he didn't fall nothing. He just yelled and just whooped their ass after that. I was like, all right, come on. I can understand one thing. Sting jumping through 6 tables, him doing these marvelous jumps off the stage and everything, just surprising everyone as a fucking 60-plus-year-old man doing this shit. But damn, like, the Young Bucks shouldn't do no super kicks no more.
Let me stop you there.
If you can't a double super kick.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there.
Put everybody else on their ass.
Let me stop you there. First off,
the Undertaker would have failed.
First off, did you not hear Tony Schiavone? This was more about Tony Schiavone calling a Sting match. Tony Schiavone made that call. And first off, did you not see the crowd? The crowd went nuts once he hawked up.
That's like some Hulk Hogan shit in the 80s. That's what all that remind me of. That Ultimate
that's
Warrior
what made
shit.
That's what made it good.
I don't know. I was like, it was just that. Nitpick. That's why. That's like the only thing I didn't like in the match. But I'm just nitpicking. The whole pay-per-view was great, but I got a nitpick.
So you're gonna nitpick?
No, I'm biased.
You're gonna nitpick. You're gonna nitpick the part that set the crowd into a frenzy, and one of the greatest calls in wrestling with Tony Schiavone saying super kick. Next thing you know, he hawks up. Oh, he absorbed the super kick and he just flies through the Bucks. He fell after he did the double clothesline.
I'm the only one that didn't get excited. I was at home like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I was the only one. I mean, even though I don't like that. Like, if you take a move, especially depending on who, if it was like some jobbers, then I can understand. But it was the Young Bucks. Like, You know how many times they don't put people on their ass with a double super kick? People like big as hell, not even big, but like just like stature wise, like who they are in the industry, and it's like they did it to Sting, and it was like nothing phased it. That's how I was like, I don't know. That's like Rey Mysterio hitting a 619 to somebody, and they get hit, and they just stand up and they don't even fall back. It's like somebody real respected like that. You don't do that and stuff like that. That's when like it's kind of like that's how I was looking at it. That's why I didn't like it.
Salamander, out of everything you can nitpick in this specific match, because I had a problem with the back rings. I thought you were going to nitpick that. I was going to say I totally agree with you. All of that bullshit just to do a back break, yeah, that's dumb as fuck. But you want to nitpick Sting doing something he's been doing for his 40 plus wrestling career?
Look, it's just the fact that it was the Young Bucks. If you think AEW terms, AEW history, the Young Bucks will be top tier. So you would think less that somebody would not know so they move. That's why, especially their prime go-to move like that. That's like the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, and the Undertaker don't fall when he gets super kicked. Every time Shawn Michaels super kicked him, he sold it in a way. That's what I'm saying. Like if it would be different, they did like a double clothesline, he didn't fall, because that's not a go-to move to them. A super kick is the go-to move. So it's like the fact that they did that and he didn't fall. So it's like, okay, now I don't think they should do it for a while, because now everybody should be doing that shit, because if that's your go-to move, and even though it's Sting, but still like Sting stronger than the Undertaker.
Salamander, CM Punk will lose the AEW World Championship to Sting after he no-sells with GTS.
Right, he gonna get hit and be still his feet just standing there looking at him.
Then he's gonna hulk up and hit him with a Stinger Splash, and that's gonna be the end of it. And we're all gonna go nuts because Sting just won the AEW World Championship and no-sold a Punk GTS.
And then his whole run, his whole gimmick after that just gonna be him no-selling. His match is gonna be like 30 seconds long. Sting will get like 3, like everybody, like the whole match gonna be 5 moves, and that's gonna be 4 of them gonna be from his opponent and 1 gonna be from Sting.
Hey, I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
He gonna have to lose it in a battle royale. That's the only way to make it believable. Throw him out the ring. Now you're the champion.
Now he's gonna lose it to Kenny Omega when Kenny hits him with a buckle bomb.
He gonna hit with the buckle bomb, stand right up. He ain't even gonna fall. He's just gonna bounce. He gonna bounce off the turnbuckles and bounce off on his feet, and just sit there like Michael Jackson sat there on the Super Bowl stage.
Moving on. All Atlantic Championship Fatal 4-Way. Pac, Clark Connors, The Redeemer, Miro, Malachi Black. You said you had a lot to say about this match.
Yes.
Go ahead, take the floor.
I pretty much don't have a lot to say about this one. I'm at the IWGP one.
Okay.
But he did. I did think Miro was gonna win, but he had Pac in the submission and stuff. But then Malachi Black came in there with the black Smiths and shit. I like all that. That was cool. And I like how he made the New Japan guy tap out, so Malachi Black and Miro still looking strong.
You know, when I saw the ending, you protected everybody you need to protect. Yeah. But again, I walked out of here looking at Clark Connors, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't have been mad if Clark Connors won it. He came in and made an impact from New Japan. Like I said earlier, a lot of these New Japan people who you really didn't expect, they made a huge impact and really walked out looking better than they did walking in. And I would love to see Clark Connors in AEW. I think he will be a great addition to that TNT title division. See him in there.
Didn't I say that that out of all of the New Japan participants, they was gonna at least let them basically not job out, but do one like the way that they did, like in this match, how all the AEW guys was protected, but you know he just went ahead and tapped him out like that. Even though in the match he looked good, but just the fact that it ended the way it ended.
Yeah, and you know when Tony Khan made this tournament, as soon as I saw Pac was in it, I was just like, this is made for Pac. because Pac has been here 3 years, has never held any type of championship, but he never complains. You never hear anything bad about Pac. Comes in, does his job, consummate professional. And when, like I said, when I made this tournament, I just knew. When we even did the predictions, I just knew. In the back of my mind, I was telling myself, I know who should win it. And typically, Tony Khan does reward people who come in, they do their job.
Who should have won?
Pac should have won. Okay. If you were going to go Malachi Black, I can understand that too. But he doesn't have the tenure that Pac has. And Pac has given you countless moments. And
at one point, everybody thought Pac was going to be the first AEW champion.
Yeah, like I thought.
Jump. And then he disappeared because he had to leave after the first pay-per-view, after All In. Yeah, then he leave for like a while and stuff before he came back.
I think it was COVID. COVID happened, and then
the visa shit.
Yep, the visa stuff, the pandemic, and everything.
So if that shit never happened, he probably would have been champion before Chris Jericho, or he probably would have been the one to take it off for Chris Jericho.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan just didn't see him that way because he was really putting over like Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy. I feel like at that time Tony Khan just really wanted to see him just as a utility player. But
But how about Chris Jericho dropped it to John Moxley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Will Pac and John Moxley got in. And John Moxley dropped it to Pac. If this all this COVID stuff that happened, he didn't. He never left. He was still here. And then we got a Pac versus Kenny Omega feud.
I mean, I would have been
coming out victorious, and then him still doing what he did during that time.
I mean, I wouldn't have been mad at it because their first feud was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been mad at it. Pac gets the win. Tapped out Clark Connors. Like I said, I love to see Clark Connors back over here. He could definitely be a great addition into that TNT Championship picture. AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. Thunder Rosa got the win. I thought this match was very hard hitting, and they put it in a great spot. They put it in the best spot on the show outside of what me and you had talked about with opening with it.
Okay, yeah. It was. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was disappointed because Jay wasn't on here.
Well, they didn't have anybody coming from overseas either, so
They could have bought Kairi Sane.
I mean, hey,
haven't they been doing something with the promotion she in? Ain't she with Stardom or something?
I think so, but I don't know. I mean, hey,
AEW partnered up with them or something like that. I swore I heard something with it.
I think that they're partnered up. They're partnered up with DDT, but hey, while we're sitting here complaining, we could have not had a women's match on the show.
But if we didn't, would have been bad.
Yeah, it would have been bad. That's why I'm glad that he threw it on there. And you put it in a great spot because I'm going to tell you, the next two matches, it wouldn't have stood a chance. It would have got booed out of the arena. When you look at the next two, actually, the last 4 matches coming up, anywhere else, it would have bombed. They would have booed it out of the arena. IWGP United States Championship is on the line. Will Ospreay defending against Orange Cassidy. Salamander, I'm going to throw this out.
Go ahead. I got something to say to the fans and the shit that I was seeing on Twitter.
I'm going to throw this out there, Salamander. My match of the night. Fantastic match. Really showed you why Orange Cassidy is a star. The networks love him. And Will Ospreay can't have a bad fucking match. And I loved Orange Cassidy kicking out of the Hidden Blade. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved it because it tells you how Tony Khan sees Orange Cassidy, even against who I consider 1B. He still allowed him to kick out of the Hidden Blade, and he lost to the bridging butterfly cutter.
See, this goes out to all of the people that was on Twitter complaining about Will Ospreay facing Orange Cassidy. All the people who said this wasn't gonna be nothing, why would they put a talent like Will Ospreay against Orange Cassidy? You don't fucking know wrestling. If you know wrestling, you would have known this was gonna be a banger. Period, point blank. I like. Now, for one, this is like my honestly first time watching Will Ospreay, like actually watching his like detailed wrestling, like watching this shit in detail. He's fast as fuck. That's the first thing I've noticed. I want to point. He's fast as fuck. And athletic too, because I like the one move that Orange Cassidy was on the floor. He ran, got him on the middle rope, moonsault, landed on his feet because Orange Cassidy moved. He did like a backflip, moonsault, boom, rolled into the top, the middle rope, hit a moonsault, boom. That shit was clean. I was like, that shit fire. That shit was fucking fire. And that impressed the hell out of me. I think I even retweeted it. Well, we tweaked that shit too when I seen it. But that shit was fire.
You know, I've been preaching Ospreay. When we would do the top, our superstars, and I throw Ospreay out there. You didn't really give me much lip about it, and I appreciate that. Because now I wish I would have got. Don't get me wrong, this is still my match of the night. I'm glad OC got this opportunity. He's very deserving of it, just off what he can do. But after seeing that, I kind of wish I got Omega and Ospreay. That's a money match. That's a main event match.
They're saving it for something better. Especially this shit with New Japan and AEW gonna continue.
I tell you what, we go back because apparently New Japan wants Forbidden Door in Japan. We go to Japan, bring back Kenny's New Japan thing, and we run Ospreay versus Omega for the IWGP United States Championship in Japan.
5-star.
5.5.
I would say that.
5.5. I mean, what more could you really say about this match? Orange Cassidy looked fantastic, and they got me. The near falls is what really got me in this match. Multiple 2.999s from Cassidy and Ospreay. When he hit the beach break, I thought that was it. I said they're not really about to give us a new IWGP United States champion. Not like this. Not with Will Ospreay didn't even get a finisher off. I don't think that's the move. And then we got the kick out. And like I said, the hidden blade kick out, which led to the finish of the match, it really just put over Cassidy very strong. So you have to appreciate that. There's nothing more I really want to say about this other than my match of the night, everybody who was down it. You know what's funny? Remember back, I want to say 2019, 2020, when we got the first Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy match, and everybody on Twitter was saying this match is going to suck. And Samoa Joe came out on pay-per-view and said this will probably be match of the night, and they went ahead and tore the fucking house down.
Yes.
It just reminds me of that.
I think a match. Well, maybe two, but one for sure was better than this.
All right. Moving on. Who was Bryan Danielson's chosen person to join the Blackpool Combat Club?
It was Johnny Gargano, guys. Psych, if you thought that like me, you was dead wrong. I guess he was going to Orlando.
Nah, I was with you because I thought that's who it was too. Glad he got this pop though. He was huge. He's got a huge pop. Huge pop in Chicago for Claudio Castagnoli. And he was fighting Zack Sabre Jr. and he got the win. I kind of wish he would have squashed Zack Sabre Jr. because he blitzed him in the beginning and I liked it. European uppercut into the neutralizer. I mean, we could have went home like that and he could have just walked the fuck out and that would have looked even more badass. But I'm glad we got the match.
I think this is a good thing for him because now he actually get to show the world what the fuck WWE was missing. He get to show the world who the fuck he is. He get to show the world why he had the attention of WWE in the first place. So I wasn't disappointed when he came. I was actually hyped when he came too. I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect it. Well, I did say Cesaro, but I was like, if I had to put my money on, put going with Johnny Gargano. But like I text you when this happened. Since Johnny didn't show up, that means he's going back to WWE. He going to Orlando for a reason, KB. I think that flew over people's heads. He's going to Orlando to talk to Triple H because he's back in charge.
I mean, shit. I don't give a fuck if he go back to WWE as long as I can get Rebel Hearts. I mean, NXT 2.0 hits during a Grayson Waller promo. Now all you hear is Rebel Hearts going off. You know they're gonna go stupid on NXT 2.0.
What if today? This is the day we recording. This is Tuesday, guys. What if Braun Breaker is in the ring and Johnny Gargano come off? Rebel Hearts come, and that's his next opponent.
What if Tommaso Ciampa gets in the Money in the Bank, and as he's ascending the ladder, you hear Rebel Hearts, and Johnny, and Johnny screws him out of his Money in the Bank.
What if he steals it? Like he make him fall, climb the ladder himself, take it, and then runs off with it. But it's like technically nobody's Money in the Bank, right? Mm-hmm. Tell a story with that. Like he holding it hostage and shit. So, but would that make him miss the Money in the Bank since technically nobody from the match won?
Nah, it'd just be like when. It'd just be like when Chinless Wonder James Ellsworth got the Money in the Bank briefcase down for Carmella. They'll probably just run it back.
But what if they got it like they do the story where they gotta get it from him and he was refusing it, so they do like a 24/7 thing with him where if whoever pins him be miss Money in the Bank and it's go for anybody, and that's how we can get our hands on like fucking Bobby picking that shit up and some shit.
What if Triple H returns to NXT 2.0, strips Braun Breaker, and hands it over to Johnny? But he's a heel, but he still has his Rebel Heart face theme song. Because technically to him, he thinks he's a face, but he's working with Triple H, so he's a heel. But he was just hand appointed by Triple H.
I got something better for you. What if Triple H come out first thing for NXT, got a promo, is just dogging NXT like this kitty shit, whatever. You know, this is not the NXT I remember, whatever. And then he previewed a new logo, which is the NXT look like it do now, which is black and gold. And he's like, this is the first thing I'm gonna do, and show the new logo. And then he's like, then the next thing I'm gonna do, and then he was like, you'll find out. And then as the show go on, you see like people, like some of the people that we know that, you know, Vince and everybody signed to be in NXT. We just seen them like laid out backstage when they're supposed to come out for that match. And then like basically the show get hijacked. And then coming out from the back and everything is everybody who was originally signed to NXT who's been released. The Triple H brought them back. And now you really get an NXT takeover. Pun intended.
I like it. But glad we got the match. Zack Sabre Jr. is fan-fucking-tastic. I can see why a lot of people make the argument that he's the greatest technical wrestler on the planet. And after seeing how he pretty much took Claudio apart technically, I want to see him with the Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Championship, and maybe we get a Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the Pure Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor Wrestling, or the Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Championship. Maybe we get that at All Out.
We could. Never know.
Here's the match that you had a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I wanna say before I hand it off to you. The Japanese ring announcer is fan-fucking-tastic when it comes to the introduction of top stars. I guess that is how they do it in New Japan. So I love that. We have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship being defended in a 4-way match. Switchblade Jay White versus Adam Cole versus the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada and Hangman Adam Page. Jay White pinned Adam Cole. There was an injury in there, but go ahead, take it over before I put my 2 cents in.
Man, this was my match of the night. Man, for one, I want to point out my favorite spot of the fucking match was when Switchblade was hitting everybody with the damn suplex and with the half got the half Nelson, hit you in with the suplex and shit. Hit everybody with that. It's like everybody hit like a good move and shit. And then Adam Cole, it's just like everybody had that moment. But the main thing I want to point out that I fucking love is this is like what I was saying. Hangman really grew on me and shit like that too, because like now, you know, I like long-term storytelling. And with him being in the Dark Order and everything, being with Brody Lee, I like how that was like a callback and shit, where everybody had a spot moment, and then he hit the discuss clothesline and shit. I even retweeted that shit too, but I like that shit. I was like, it was like, ooh, it brought me chills when I first seen it. I was like, ooh, because it was like that was like a tribute to Brody Lee in a way.
So I like this match. This would probably be my second match of the night, or my second favorite match of the night. I just hate we really just only got heels versus faces. You really didn't get a heel versus heel until it came down to like maybe a spot here or there. But you know, I wanted to see Hangman and Okada, you know, duke it out for a little bit. You really didn't see that, so I don't know if we get this back in Japan, maybe they didn't want to do it for that reason. They really went away from the norm, and I really like that because you really didn't see heels really like working together either.
Not even that, you really don't see multi-man matches like Fatal 4-Ways and Triple Threats in AEW. But it do show that when they run it, they can run that shit better than WWE. I would say that because this was like more fast paced, and you can tell people wasn't sitting there waiting for a spot. Like usually with multi-man matches, you can tell when people are sitting there waiting for their spot to happen and shit like that. Like this is fast paced and everything. I like the pace of the match and shit. Like they was banging and shit. I like that shit.
Yeah, I do like how it is more fast paced. You're not really like, because after a while, when you watch WWE for so long, you know what move, like, okay, boom, he just got a big move hit on him, so he's about to roll out. Typically, especially with how WWE do their multi-man matches, you watch it deep enough, and typically the second person or the second or third person who is out typically is about to win that match because they're going to be out for the longest, and they're going to come at the tail end and sneak it out. Mm-hmm. So,
especially if that's a heel.
Right. So I really like this. Just hated that it was more New Japan versus New Japan and AEW versus AEW. You know, didn't really get like Hangman and Jay White really duking it out for an extended period. You know,
they saved it for the Forbidden Door or whenever they go to Japan, because we're gonna get Adam Cole and Switchblade, and we're gonna see that Okada and Hangman match. That should be good. Or I wouldn't mind to switch it. I wouldn't mind to see Switchblade and Hangman versus them go at it, and then we see Okada and Cole go at it. I wouldn't mind either.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing an Okada Cole match. That's not the worst thing.
All right.
I mean, you know what it is. AEW, as much credit as I give them, this is a bad thing. They're very top heavy, and that's being tested because, like you said, they've lost a significant portion of top guys. And you see people like Adam Cole, who isn't really in the 1A, he's like a 1B. You know, but that 1A is so top heavy that the 1Bs really look like 2s and 3s and 4s. But you forget, like, Adam Cole at AEW is a top 10. He's just like 6 through 10.
Right.
And they keep that world title picture very small with who they want in it. So I think that's another thing. Main event, Jon Moxley, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace for the interim AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley bled a lot. Jon Moxley won. He hit the Death Rider. I thought Hiroshi Tanahashi had a fantastic showing for anybody whose first time it was watching him. But Hiroshi Tanahashi, my goodness, he still is getting it done even at an older age. He still is the top guy.
Is he in his 40s or his 50s?
I think he's in his earlier mid 40s. I can look it up real quick. I think it's like early 40s.
Yeah, because I think, man, just the way the match, like, the match was cool. Blood was, especially with Jon Moxley, you knew blood was gonna happen. And then, because Jon Moxley's like fucking AEW Mick Foley and shit with the blood shit.
Yeah, I saw him roll to the, like, put his face under the ring. I'm like, oh yeah, he got busted open.
Yeah. But motherfucking the way with Chris Jericho and shit coming in and all that shit, I think it just showed you that they got something bigger planned for that title. They say, yeah, it could be at Blood and Guts, but you can tell they got, I mean, like, when CM Punk comes back, they got something bigger planned. Because we either gonna get CM Punk and Jon Moxley, or we're gonna get CM Punk and Chris Jericho.
Or CM Punk and MJF.
Depends on how they go with this interim belt, because it can go either way for real. You can have Moxley just defend that shit every week until Punk come back.
Hold on, Hiroshi Tanahashi is 45.
Okay. Yeah, so So for him to be 45, yeah, he like on Sting level.
I mean, at 45, you put him in AEW, top guy.
Yeah.
You put him anywhere. I say the only company where Hiroshi Tanahashi is not a top guy is...
Yeah. I go there. I see you there, yeah. You ain't even had to say it.
That's a damn shame, too.
But AEW Forbidden Door, 8 out of 10. What you giving it?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
That ending. That ending which led to Blood and Guts. I get it. Wrong time to do it.
Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Stay tuned this week, because we do got something planned. Me and KB, we was talking outside, and it's gonna be a great discussion topic. I would love y'all input on it as well. But you will hear my side and you will hear his side. Basically, we're gonna see who was the most overfed wrestler, Roman Reigns or John Cena. That interests you, go ahead and just stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button to stay up to date with the channel, so that way when we upload this video, you will be the first ones to get it, and you can join us on the topic and let us know who do you think was the most overfed wrestler. With that being said, I'm Camilo Salamander. It's KB the fucking Mark. Simply, we some fucking marks that loves sports entertainment.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.